Hello and welcome back to our Fm22 Journeyman on the channel, where we are attempting to go from non-league football to winning the Champions League. We are back with Manchester City, a team who theoretically it should be easier to win the league with. But this series shall now be donned rebuilding Manchester City, because this is not the Manchester City that you are used to in real life. This is a Manchester City that's lost its way and has no idea how to win games. I genuinely thought coming to this club we would be challenging for European positions. What we are doing instead is attempting to rebuild a team to its former glory. It's turning into a fallen giant save. It's maybe not quite that bad yet, but it's getting there. We are down in 10th place with 27 games played, and we have 35 points on the board. That is very, very low for a team like Manchester City. But we have made some transfers and changed some tactics to try and deal with all that. You can see we've got a couple of players who are already due to leave. Ferland Mendy is going to Barcelona on the 1st of July, and Jeremy Frimpong is also going over to Spain, but to Atletico Madrid also on the 1st of July. So they're both going in the summer. What we're most interested in is the couple more transfers that happen in the January transfer window that you guys won't have seen yet. So I don't think we saw either of these on the last episode. If you did, apologise, skip forward 20 seconds. João Felix, he's popped over to Inter Milan. They've paid us a nice £70 million for him, which isn't bad for a player who realistically wasn't playing that well and doesn't want to be here anyway. We then got Luca Netz. He's gone over to Bayern Munich for £50 million. Again, is not too bad money. It has allowed us to make some more transfers over here. Obviously, Trent Alexander-Arnold we made before the last episode. Badia, I don't think we had quite brought in yet. We were still looking at him. He's a Turkish centre midfielder we've brought over from Galatasaray. We might have looked at him actually, but we definitely didn't look at the next two. We went then and used all of our money. We got to deadline day. Nobody wanted to sell us any players, so we just went to RB Leipzig and raided a couple of their guys. We've gone for Fabio Silva, who I'm sure you guys are aware of, maybe not so much this year, but definitely in FM21, was an absolute football manager wonder kid that it was essential to buy at some point in one of your saves. He's 24 years old in this. He's been over at RB Leipzig, so he was obviously at Wolves, where he is in real life. He went over to RB Leipzig. He's had a pretty good couple of seasons. We've brought him in for £87 million, which is a lot of money. But I really needed a striker that knew whereabouts the net was. And Fabio Silva, albeit in Germany, which is maybe not quite as good a quality as the English league, definitely knew where the net was. And he's proven that by scoring 2 goals in his 2 appearances for us so far, which is a really good start. And then we've brought in what I'm calling the replacement eventually for Kevin De Bruyne. He's not as good as Kevin De Bruyne. He's obviously going to be a hard player to replace when we do eventually lose him, which is looking like it will be the end of the season. But Mariba, we've brought over from RB Leipzig. I'm pretty sure that's where he is in real life at the moment. He is at the start of the save. I've used him at RB Leipzig before, so I'm pretty sure that's where he is. 57 million. He's cost us. That was his release clause. And I really needed a good central midfielder. The problem is we are in the English Premier League and we're Manchester City, so we are having to pay through the nose for players. They are so expensive. But Mariba, perfectly decent player, I think. Absolutely fine. I think he can be quite a good player if we manage him correctly and play him in the correct positions, which we're trying to do here, although we are going to make some tactical tweaks here right as I'm talking to you, one of which is Phil Foden coming in there. But I think that's probably about it at the moment. So we have changed back to a 4-2-3-1 ride, and the main thing we have done is gone very attacking. What that has done actually, before we have a look at that, is what it's done in terms of our results. Now, the last matches you would have seen were the Spurs and Liverpool matches, both of which we lost 1-0. Since then, better run of form. We changed right after that match back to a 4-2-3-1 wide. but it's now very, very attacking. So we've won 3-2 against Newcastle. We then won 2-0 against Spurs in the league. No, that wasn't the league. Sorry, 2-0 against Spurs in the FA Cup 4th round. We drew 2-2 with Chelsea, which was quite an annoying one because they scored in the 89th minute. We scored both our goals in the first half. Both of theirs came in the second half, so we were 2-0 up at one point in that game. We've just beaten Burnley 4-1. Today we're going to have matches against Barnsley and a match against Hull, which is the FA Cup 5th round, because honestly, we're struggling in the league, and I'm hoping we can have an FA Cup sort of run for us to watch for the rest of the YouTube series. Because, yeah, this season I don't think it's happening. But this is our lineup for today. We've got Ederson in goal. We've got back four of Lamptey, Laporte, Diaz and Kruger. We've then got Rice and Foden as our two midfielders here. De Bruyne is out on the left. Almada in behind Silva, and Adeyemi is playing on the right. That seems to be the best front four we can manage at the moment. They seem to be connecting quite well together. Hopefully that continues today. Obviously we're playing Barnsley just because we recently left them. I mean, it was literally Monday in terms of this series. It's Saturday now. We literally left these guys on Monday. We've played them twice since then on the channel. But I feel like we wanted to play them. Look at their team. They've still got Kleimunchuk up front, who I've scouted and is apparently not good enough for our team. But our team looks wonderful right now. We've got a couple of regens in there. We've got some more veteran players. I think it's a good balance. We've also got 35 points on the board. Arsenal have played one less game and are ahead of us. European positions are going to be very hard to come by. Of course, if you do enjoy today's episode, please do drop a like down below. Hit the subscribe button while you're down and subscribe to the channel. It's always very much appreciated. First highlight though for us, De Bruyne into Fabio Silva straight away. Fabio Silva's hit the crossbar. That's annoying. That should have been a goal. Why have you not scored, Fabio Silva? I've just spent all this time saying how good a start you've had. You could have scored with the first highlight since anyone's seen you on the channel. But no, you had to go and ruin it. I'm sure he'll score one at some point. Adeyemi's through on goal though, so it might not matter because Adeyemi might go all the way. He hasn't, and it is going to be a corner, and we're very quickly going to ease off the tackles over there. There we go. De Bruyne taking this corner into Laporte. Laporte's managed to draw a save out of Montipio. It is still Montipio in goal for Barnsley. They've made a couple of changes. They've made some strange sells as well, which is a bit unfortunate having a look at it. The likes of Branthwaite obviously has left the club. I had a look just before the episode, which is a bit unfortunate because I think he was a very good player for them. He had the potential to be Premier League quality, but they sold him instead. I don't know why. Maybe he's asking to leave, in which case there's not a huge amount they can do about it. It's just an unfortunate situation. So far, though, even going attacking here against Barnsley, we haven't managed to score a goal against them in this first half, and we've only actually had a couple of highlights. On the XG front, we are absolutely miles ahead, though. What we do need is our front four to actually start putting some of those shots in the back of the net. I feel, again, it's quite a useful feature in a striker and attacking players, and if you want 3 points on the board, really, just actually converting your chances. It's something we don't seem to be very good at, which is very unfortunate. Lamptey's taken a knock and wants to come off, so that means Jeremy Frimpong's going to have to come on. That will happen at the end of this highlight, I'd imagine. Foden playing that one into De Bruyne. De Bruyne has held up the ball, and now it is back to Foden, who is playing as a roaming playmaker. He's got through on goal somehow via many deflections, but he did get through on goal. He's had a shot and it's been saved. It's no shocker at this point when we have a shot saved. De Bruyne now, that one didn't even clear the first man. That is a disgustingly poor corner from a world-class player. Maybe it is time for De Bruyne to leave. I mean, he is going to be leaving regardless, because at this point he won't sign a new contract. It ends at the end of the season. We're not going to be able to offer him European football. I don't think there's a lot of chance really that he stays. Kruger's also injured now. That is a little bit of a pain, because I don't really have anyone else for him to bring on for him, because Lamptey would have been the guy that I would have moved over there, but he's injured and off already. And Alexander-Arnold obviously out of injury, so not on the bench today either. So he might just have to stay on for the rest of this match, which again, less than ideal. Raheem Sterling's going to come in and play here as the advanced playmaker. We will then have another substitution to make after that. We really need to be finding a goal though. De Bruyne with another corner. We really need to start making something of our set pieces. Fabio Silva again, a header. We see plenty of them win the header off the corner, but we just don't do anything with it. We don't actually convert them. Again, our conversion rate must be obscenely poor at this point. I would have thought the amount of shots we see that are very close to it but not converted, our conversion rate must be one of the poorest in the league. Possibly, maybe not. I mean, we are mid-table, not bottom. But equally, we have so many shots that we don't convert. Jayden Bogle here attempting a cross into the box. It has been cut out by Foden, and we can now launch a counter-attack. He has played that forward for Sterling. Sterling has blistering pace still. He should be doing a little bit better. That De Bruyne is brought down in the box, but it doesn't matter because the cross has fallen to Karim Adeyemi for him to convert it home. I think we got advantage played there because it looked like it was going to be a penalty for that foul on De Bruyne, but instead Adeyemi's actually converted it anyway. I think that probably would have been a penalty. It doesn't matter. Either way, we've got the goal, so we're not going to complain too much about not getting given the penalty, to be honest. Again, a couple of tired players here. Declan Rice, probably one that needs to come off. We'll put on Mariba there. He's not ideal as a ball-winning midfielder by any stretch of the imagination. He's more an attacking player, but he's just going to have to play there for the last 8 or 9 minutes or so left in this game. We've not been quite as clinical, quite as dominant as I would like against Barnsley. I mean, I don't want us to be flattening them either because it's Barnsley, you know, bit of a soft spot for them now. But I would have liked us to be a little bit more decisive, looking like a Premier League quality team, making Barnsley look like a newly promoted Premier League team rather than actually they've had pretty, I mean, they've not had a great game, but they've not had a poor game either. And we haven't exactly gone and made ourselves look brilliant. Sterling through to Adeyemi again, well, via Fabio Silva. It's a shot. I think Montipio launching that one straight away. There is still about 30 seconds left in this game, so we need to be careful here that we don't go and concede. De Bruyne managing to get that one off of, I think that was Bogle though. Mariba to Foden now to Sterling. If we can get one here, it will be all over. We have drawn a foul from Barnsley, and you'd think now we'll just keep hold of the ball for the next 4 or 5 seconds. So when we do eventually kick it, it's going to be game over, and we would have got the 3 points. De Bruyne just playing that very low to Ruben Diaz. Back to Mariba. We're just going to keep hold of the ball here, and that is going to be full time. So it is a 1-0 win against Barnsley. It's not exactly an emphatic win, but it is 3 points on the board, and that does mean that raises us up to 9th at the moment, 38 points. It puts us 5 points behind Arsenal. The problem being Arsenal have 2 games in hand on us. West Ham, who are 2 points above us, also have a game in hand. So we are still further off those European positions than perhaps we look. And 3 points on the board every match is pretty much all we're looking for at the moment. How long is Kruger out for? 10 to 13 days. That could cause a little bit of problem at the right back position. Adeyemi once again doing quite well there. He seems to have played quite decent in the last few matches. Does mean his rating's shooting up as well. 23 appearances, 10 goals. It's not too bad a ratio. We're getting a little bit of good attacking form on. Hopefully that continues against Hull. So this is the epitome of just having to deal with it. In I might have missed an email asking if we wanted to make our players available for the under-23s match today. So they're all available, which means I can't actually fill my bench. Less than ideal, especially with already having some injuries and some fitness issues in the squad, but hopefully it's just Hull. We can beat them comfortably. Or we're about to get absolutely battered by a championship side and it's going to be embarrassing as all hell. But our team for doing either one of those things today is Ederson in goal, Laporte, Rice, Diaz and Lamptey as our back four. with Foden, De Bruyne in midfield, Sterling, Almada and Isaac behind Adeyemi today. Again, let's just hope that this team has got just enough energy to go out and beat Hull. I don't think we're getting European football this season. We really, really, really need a cup run. Like, really badly. Like, this needs to be a bloodbath beyond bloodbath. This needs to be an 8-0 win with 16 goals from Adeyemi. The maths on that is completely flawed, I will admit it. But you get the general gist of what I'm trying to say. We do need a good performance from our team today. And 10 minutes in, we have not yet seen a shot. That is not great. It does look like we've got a free kick here, though. We're going to encourage the team. We're not going to get a highlight, because why would we get one of those? We do not need highlights in this match. It's a YouTube episode. What do you want to do? Watch the thing? You'd think that would be the thing that you'd want to do on YouTube, but that is not what you're here for. You are here for the stunning commentary, the sound of my voice lulling you into a false sense of security, into thinking that Man City are getting to the Champions League this season. Spoiler alert, we are not doing that. We are currently struggling against Hull. Now, I admit, partly my fault due to, you know, not reading my emails properly. I may or may not have been messing around with OBS while I was skipping through them. Adeyemi through on goal here, though. Ignore all of that. It doesn't matter. I'm a managerial masterpiece. Adeyemi scoring yet another goal, which is really, really funny. I wonder if it has anything to do with the fact we brought in Fabio Silva, because Adeyemi was not scoring goals before. He did not look like he was going to score goals before. He really wasn't performing that well. He performed possibly worse than you guys realise, in terms of, if you watch the channel, you saw him score a couple of goals because he happened to do it when we were on YouTube, but the rest of the time he was a sack of flaccid dog poo. Whereas, since we brought in Fabio Silva, he seems to be scoring. I wonder if the competition has something to do with that, maybe. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I'm making it all up in my head and it's just a real coincidence. However, I do wonder. Either way, 11 shots on target. 11 shots for us, 3 on target, but we have got 1 goal out of it. And the 1 goal is the all-important stat in this match. That's 1 goal is enough to see us leading this match. Adeyemi looking for a second. Adeyemi has got a second. It's an assist from that man, Kevin De Bruyne, who doesn't want to stay at the club, who's decided that blue, after Chelsea, after Man City, blue, absolutely not his colour. He wants to go and wear a different one. I don't know. Where would Kevin De Bruyne go at the age of 35, 36? Question mark. Not sure how old he is at the moment. He's around that sort of age, though. If he left Man City, if he was just like, nah, I'm done here, I'm bored with this, don't want to play for the Sky Blue team anymore, where would he go? Real Madrid? Barcelona? PSG? I don't know, at the twilight of his career, where he would end up. It'll be interesting to see, if nothing else. Sterling, though, with a shot that is questionable. It's a questionable shot. We'll just call it questionable. We're going to let him off. We're 2-0 up. Adeyemi's done the job. Foden attempting to put one in as well there. What a player. What a player is Phil Foden on Football Manager. He is brilliant. I'm hoping he'll stay with us next season. Although, again, we have promised him that we will be getting into some form of European football, and it doesn't look like it's happening. So I can't see him staying around. I think this will be a very new look team next season. I would be surprised if a lot of these lads are still here. The likes of your Sterling, potentially the likes of your Adeyemi. He doesn't want to leave yet, but there are teams circling around him, like your Liverpools. They're circling around. Isaac, Ruben Diaz, all those players are going to want some form of European football. And if there's teams like Liverpool, we're going to come in and offer it to them. I can't see that they're going to stick around. Much like De Bruyne. Talk of the devil. De Bruyne is on the ball. And now it's just cut over to Almada. Almada, can he do something with this one? A cross into the box. It is crossed into the box, but it is cleared by the Hull City defender. And now it's just a long ball forward. But the highlight is still going, which makes me think that something is going to happen. Or Football Manager is playing me for a fool And this is just a really, really long highlight. But imagine something's got to happen here. Almada now trying to make something happen. It's played into Adeyemi. Adeyemi scores. And it is his hat-trick in this goal against Hull City. That is what was happening. I knew that highlight meant something. I wasn't sure what it meant, but I knew it meant something. And what it turns out it means is 3 goals for our striker and yet another assist for Almeida. Almeida. I don't know any of my players' names. Maybe that's why they don't perform all that well for me. They're just like, you're questionable. Man United are beating West Brom 5-0 at the moment. I've just seen in the other match. So they are taking a tiny bit of a battering, our West Brom there. It's kind of unsurprising because they are bottom of the league in this universe. Almada there is fouled, I think. But it falls to Foden either way. So it's going to be either advantage or no foul given. Back to Sterling. Foden now with a cross into the box to Almada. Couldn't get that one though. Hull have managed to clear it. But we are just still on the attack. We're looking really, really good in this match. We are playing lower league opposition, so to be expected. But hopefully this sort of launches some sort of cup run. That was well blocked though. That is well tackled. Just shut the door there on us. And now trapping through. Ederson's dived way too early. Just absolutely way too early. What is the man thinking? He was on the floor before Chaplin had even thought about shooting. That was interesting to say the least. Because Chaplin's like through there, but Ederson's just kind of, yeah. I mean, sure. It was interesting. We don't mind too much. We're still 2 goals up. It's all good. And we can now make some substitutions, I think. I'm not sure who we're going to be bringing on. We're not going to be pressing the set pieces. We're trying to widen that. That's what we're trying to do. Adeyemi's got his hat-trick, so Fabio Silva can come on now. Alexander-Arnold still can't really play. So maybe Badir comes on instead of Foden there. We'll put him in there just so he's got a little bit of game time. Now, we are on the attack once again. Ruben Diaz, Foden. That's a really, really poor pass there. Oh, Jesus Christ. Are we going to let Hull City into this game? Could we just not, please? We were 3 goals to the good. We are Manchester City. There shouldn't be even any whiff of a comeback from Hull in this sort of match. Sort yourselves out, lads. You've had 19 shots. You can't lose this game now. You can't even look like you're going to lose this game. Just stop it. We have got one more substitution to make. I don't know where we would like to make it yet, though. We've got about 10 minutes left. Let's probably make it. Let's bring on Mariba. Mariba can come on for De Bruyne. De Bruyne's playing as a ball-winning midfielder, I've just realised in this match. I kind of hadn't acknowledged that. I don't feel like De Bruyne is much of a ball-winning midfielder. Although it is De Bruyne, so he can probably do it perfectly well because, let's face it, the man is a monster. He is fantastic, albeit a little bit old in this universe. We are coming to the end of the game here. I can't see much else happening now. It should be a comfortable 3-1 win against Hull City thanks to an Adeyemi hat-trick. We'll give all the team some lovely pats on the heads. We'll let them know that we're very, very happy with that. We're very happy to advance to the next round. Hopefully, we should see who is it going to be quarterfinal opponents are. Let's just praise Adeyemi, give him a nice pat on the head a second. Let's see if we can find out our quarterfinal opponents. It's on the next day. We're just going to click into the next day. We should get the FA Cup quarter-final draw, realistically. It would be nice to see who we're playing before we leave the episode, because that could change who we see in the next episode, which will be tomorrow at 11 AM UK time. Don't miss it. Of course, shameless plug there of what time I upload. Mador, who is Mador? Oh yeah, he's a goalkeeper we're looking at. We'll look at Mador a different time. Mador's not the focus point here. Focus point here is who are we drawing in the quarter-final. Is it even the quarter-final? It is. Man United will be playing Man City. Oh, that's a tasty quarter-final. Maybe not for us because Man United are very, very good at this point in the game. There's some nice ties in it. Ipswich, Southampton. We've got Liverpool or Everton against Aston Villa, which means Liverpool, Everton's going on at the moment. And then Wolves and Leicester. I feel like if we could get past Man United, we do look like we have some sort of chance of winning this. and the Man City Man United match is rearranged because of the Man City Man United match. So we'll be coming back on the 20th of March for the match against Man United in the FA Cup. That one will be on tomorrow's episode. If you have enjoyed today's, please do drop a like down below the video. It always really helps out, and it helps out with the YouTube algorithm and all that lovely stuff. And if you have enjoyed the series enough that you want to follow along and watch some more of my weird antics with Manchester City and the rebuild of the Sky Blue team, then please do hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell as well. It costs you nothing. If you want to unsubscribe later, you can. But until then, if you're going to watch it, it's very much appreciated if you could subscribe to the channel and come and support us. All of that said, guys, I will see you tomorrow at 11 AM UK time for this quarter-final against Manchester United. We're going to cross our fingers, cross our toes, hopefully have a fantastic game and rebuild Manchester City. I'll see you there.